Hello everyone. So today I am going to make my chai latte mix, and I forgot to grind my white pepper, so I'll have to do that while I'm doing this. Okay, so let's see which direction this recipe is going to be in. I'll do it that way for you. Or that way. And just in case, I'll flip it around this way and do it this way. Because I have no idea which way this phone is set up. So, sorry about that. So, it's always best to actually have whole herbs and spices. Well, spices, I should say. Instead of, I think I might have ground up too much. That's okay. Instead of already ground, because the whole, that smells good. The whole spice lasts longer. Doesn't get buggy or anything. It just lasts longer. Okay, so in here I have a cup of powdered milk. Now I used Walmart brand. I used this stuff, and I ran it through the coffee grinder, because you know its consistency is like instant coffee. I'll try not to kill myself over the cat food this. See how that's kind of greeny like? So I did that, but it was a full cup of the ground, not the unground. And it was a little bit more than one package. So the sodium is 125 milligrams. But that's for 1/3 of a cup of the dry milk. So this is 1 cup, and you're not using anywhere near 1/3 of a cup. Okay, so next on the list, and I know this isn't the best for you, but you know, it is what it is. It's like a treat for me once in a while. It's not an everyday thing. So, I wonder if I can fit that in there. I'm going to need, this isn't showing me the time. I hope this is recording, because I'll be mad if it isn't. You're also going to need a cup of powdered creamer. See what I mean? The powder gets all over the place. A cup of French vanilla powdered creamer. Doesn't matter which brand. This is Dollar Tree brand. And it's 5 milligrams of sodium. And of course it's not good for you. You know, it is what it is. Again, I'm not drinking this all the time. This is like a maybe 2 at best, 2 or 3 cups a week, because it is sweet, and I'm not really into that sweet. It could be sickening sweet, actually. Okay, so then we need 2.5 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. I'm going to make it 2 cups instead of 2.5 cups, because I don't really want that much sugar, honestly. And there's already sugar in the, and I'm sorry I'm shaking you. There's already sugar in the French vanilla creamer, so you know, you can use the, I mean, if you're if you're diabetic and you want some kind of a treat, you can use Splenda, you know, or whatever your doctor approves of. And also the same with the this stuff. They have the no sugar one, so you can use that as well. That's funny. Tried to put the creamer cover onto the sugar jar. Okay. On to the rest of the ingredients. We need 1.5 cups of unsweetened tea. Oh, I'm like, where did I put it? It says iced tea, but it's really just powdered tea. Let me show you. Instant tea. That's all it is. It says may contain wheat, so I guess if you're sensitive, you have to be careful of that. But and this is regular, it is not decaf. And it's been a while since I used it, so it is kind of solid. I think what I might do is run this through the coffee grinder when it's all done, or maybe the food processor, just to make sure the bigger chunks are out. Alright, so that's 1.5 cups, right? And it is chunky. Obviously, this is pretty much the only thing I use this stuff for. This is there's no sugar in here or nothing, it's just tea. You don't need sugar. Okay, that's 1 cup. Yeah, I'm going to run this through the food processor. Which means I have to get it out, and that means it's going to be noisy. Fortunately, maybe that's, no, not really close enough. I have another one. Hang on. I'm sorry. I should have thought about this beforehand. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay. Brand new. Should have used that too, but it is what it is. Why waste it? And it's not like I'm giving it away for gifts or anything. This is for my use, so. Okay. To that, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. If you don't like chai, if you don't like spicy, I wouldn't recommend chai because it is spicy. There's the cover. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Now it says a teaspoon of cloves, but I am not a clove person. It is not my thing, so I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon. Like a heaping 1/4 teaspoon, because I really don't like cloves, but it adds to the flavor. So, a teaspoon of cardamom, teaspoon of nutmeg. Now these are all ground, so if you have whole, you're going to need to grind them all. A teaspoon of allspice. Where's allspice? And a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, so I'm going to have to find something to put the rest of this in. That's okay. So I ground a bunch of it up that I have whole. Okay, now it says optional, a 1/2 teaspoon of mace and a 1/2 teaspoon of anise. So I'm going to put both of them in. This I got from my local co-op. Not the jar, just the mace. Obviously, I'm reusing a jar. And the same goes for this, because this says rosemary, but it is actually ground anise seed, which I had ground up. And that was a 1/2. Oh, I only did a 1/4 teaspoon, huh? Alright, so I have to take that. I love anise. It's one of my favorite spices. I have to add another little bit of mace. So, what you're going to do, what I'm going to do, oops, when I get the cover back on, and dig out my food processor, I'm going to run it through the food processor until it gets good and mixed and there's no chunks in it, like that chunk of tea. We don't want that. That's all there is to it. So and then you're going to use, you know the scoops that come with the iced tea? These things. You're going to use one of those per mug. I'm not going to say a cup of water, but I will say a mug of water. I mean, add it to your liking if you want more. If you want it sweeter than that, you know, add more if you want more flavor. I usually use the 1 scoop per a big mug of, not a huge, not one of those soup mug things, but a good size mug. It's not an 8-ounce, you know, it's not a cup. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today. You want to get this nice and powdered up like this is. And this is why I'm making it, because I'm almost out. It is very, very good. And you know what? I have all the spices in the house. Why would I pay like $3 for store-made, factory-made stuff that who knows what is in it? I know what's going into this. You know, the only thing that I don't like is the creamer, because there's a lot of junk in that. Now, if you could find powdered vanilla, you can use the powdered vanilla and just add that to the creamer, and add more creamer, or even to the milk. You can also use I think it's called Nido milk, which is a whole milk. This is the non-fat, dry stuff. You can vary it as you want it. If you don't have all the spices, don't use all the spices. I mean, you saw what I did with the cloves. I'm not big on the cloves. It calls for a teaspoon. I used a 1/4 teaspoon. You put in what you like. You don't have to, you know, it's not like, oh my God, if I don't do this right, it's the end of the world. No, it isn't like that. Cooking is never like that, you know. Well, it could be. Like baking is, because baking is a science. I love to bake. Anywho, that's it for me today. Hope you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this mix. It is marvelous. Talk to you soon. Hope it helps somebody too. Sorry about all that jiggling. Talk to you later. Bye.